Come in.
Hello.
Hi, welcome to my office hours. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. So what brought you to in today?
So, I don't know about him, but I've been having a little bit of trouble with people making racist remarks about me in class, and it was, I was wondering how I should deal with it.
I'm so sorry to hear about that.
Yeah, I'm building off that. I've been feeling the same way. People have been telling me that I'm a fob and that I don't belong here and I should be proud of who I am even though I am. So I don't know what to do.
Well, I'm very sorry that you two are feeling that way, especially in our own class. And we should definitely take steps moving forward to fix that in class. But you two are definitely not the only ones who are feeling like that. In fact, there are a lot of famous artists actually who feel the same way and who write cool songs about it.
Really?
Yeah, I can show you one right here. It's called Je suis chez moi by Black M. He is French, but he was born, his family is from New Guinea. So here's a little clip of the song from you, for you. So anyway, that's just a little snippet of it, but basically what he's talking about here is that he is proud of who he is, like he's proud of his New Guinean identity, but he also very much identifies as French. And the reason he wrote this song is because one of the politicians in France, called Marine Le Pen, told him that he shouldn't perform at a concert because of the color of his skin. And so in response to that, he wrote this song. He brought in a lot of other artists of African descent who live in France and are very well known there, and they're very popular there. And they worked on this song together, and they said, you know what, you can call us all the names you want, but we are proud of who we are, and we're not going to back down from that.
I love it. I think when he's saying Je suis français, that means I am French, right?
Mm-hmm.
That it seems like he's proud of his origins and identity. I think I know a song that talks about the same thing.
Yeah? Do you want to show us?
I think it's called Without You by Lee Michelle. Let me play it for you. So basically she is half Black and half Korean, and she's always been in Korea her whole life, and people have been discriminating against her because she's biracial. And so the song is basically empowering her, saying how she's beautiful regardless of what people think.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually also know a song
Oh.
that's about kind of the same subject. One of my friends was telling me about this when I was telling him about my problems.
Yeah.
And
Why don't you show us?
yeah. So basically that song, what my friend was telling me is, he was saying that it's about a guy, Brad Paisley. He is subject to a lot of what he calls reverse racism, where people think that because he's white, he's automatically going to be racist and is responsible for everything that, the people where he came from is from. So he was writing a song in response to that, saying that just because his predecessors did all these bad things and were very racist doesn't mean that he is as well, and that he can't change the past, but all that he can do is move forward and try to do things to make things better in the future.
It sounds like he's talking about, just being aware of where you come from, but you also have to move forward together.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
It seems like racism happens everywhere.
it does. As far as we have come with it, we still have a long way to go. And unfortunately, there are still people who make racist comments, and it's really sad. Or like Marine Le Pen, who tell really popular French artists that they can't perform at concerts just because of the color of their skin.
Yeah.
But I mean, if it would help you to, sometimes I like writing reflective things about the feelings that I am having. So we could take a minute and just kind of write, maybe using these songs as examples, maybe write a poem or like a song of your own about a time where maybe you felt like you didn't belong, and maybe a time where you felt proud of who you were anyway.
Let's collaborate.
Yeah,
Let's do it. We can write some songs. All right, so are we all ready?
Yeah.
Great. What did you guys come up with? Or I can share first if you want, or whatever you guys are
I'll
doing.
go first.
All right.
Even though I'm Vietnamese and seem like an international student, I am not an immigrant, and yes, I speak English and Vietnamese fluently, so don't underestimate me. I am very proud of who I am as the child of immigrants who escaped the Vietnam War. You can say whatever you want about the Vietnam War's detrimental effect on America, but don't you dare blame my family, who was very young at the time, or like me, and who wasn't even born yet. I'm very proud of who I am as a Vietnamese American.
That's really good. It's a great letter.
So I kind of wrote a letter to myself. I don't want to quote it because it's kind of personal, but it's basically about how I want to let myself know that I shouldn't let other people put me down, and that I should be aware that who I am isn't something to be ashamed of, and that just because other people say bad things about me doesn't mean there aren't other people there who are willing to support me, and that I also shouldn't judge people based on, what I get from a first impression.
It's really great. Well, my letter is more of a gender perspective. Mine is about being a girl in very much a man's world. And it's about one of my first jobs that I got out of high school. My coworkers said that I wasn't quiet enough, that I wasn't strong enough, but they didn't let me prove how strong I was. They complained that I was too hard to understand, but wouldn't listen to a word I said just because I was a girl. They wanted me to be successful, but not more so than them, because their identity depended on me. They bet themselves on the assumption that I would cooperate and didn't know what to do when they realized that I wouldn't. My parents did not raise me to be silent or meek, just that I wouldn't scare off a husband. And I am a human, not an object, not a pretty little doll to speak and be silenced at the push of a button. I am strong and will not quell my strength just so that others may feel less threatened. I am me, and you cannot take that away.
I love it. Is it possible to send this to the artist?
Definitely, we could send them to Black M to show him how he's inspired all of us in writing our own declarations of being proud of who we are. Yeah, we should definitely send that to him.
This was so good. Well,
I'm
thank
so
you
glad
so
you
much
guys
for
came to
your
talk.
time.
Yeah.
And by the way, I love all the flags hanging in the back of your classroom.
Thanks. I think it's important to represent a lot of different countries and not just the one that we're currently in.
All right, perfect. Thank you.
Thanks so
Cool.
much
Thank
for you
you very
guys
much.
coming in.